Hi friends, this video is for Module 2, Lesson 5. We've been doing a lot of work lately with adding numbers and different ways that we can add the numbers to make it a little bit easier for us. Let's look at some of those ways. The first one says, I can count on to add. That means I'm going to start with a number and add up the other number. For example, if I have 5 plus 9, I can start by saying 9 because that's the bigger number. I don't want to count up 9. That's a huge number. I'm going to say 9, and then I'm going to count up 5. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Look at, I counted up 5. So my answer is 14. If I wanted to put that into a number bond, the whole amount would be how many pieces I have altogether. So I had 14 altogether. My two parts would be the 5 and the 9, of course. Another way we could solve that same problem is that we could make a 10 to add. This says, I can make a 10 to add. Let's look at that same problem, but this time let's make a 10. If I have 5 plus 9, I see that 9 is very close to being a 10. So I'm going to try to add to that 9 in order to make it a 10. Friend, what would you want to add to that 9? 9 plus how many equals 10? Go ahead and tell me. That's right, 1. Good job. Where am I going to get that 1 from? I need to get it from the 5. He's the only other number I'm adding, so I need to take 1 from him. I'm going to go ahead and make a little mini number bond under that 5 so I can see the different parts. I'm going to take out my 1 to add it to the 9, and that would mean I'd have 4 left over in that 5. Now that I've divided up the pieces in that 5 so I can make a 10, I'm going to go ahead and take that 9 and that 1 and add them together. Now I have 10 because 9 plus 1 equals 10. 10 plus, I need to look at the other piece of the 5 to see how many parts are left over after I took that 1. Oh, I see. Wait, what is it, friends? Oh, that's right, 4. 10 plus 4 equals, I know 10 plus 4 more would equal, oh yeah, 14. Look it. I got the exact same answer as I did last time. Let's go ahead and put our new 10 number sentence in our number bond. I can say 14, that's the whole amount, and then I changed the parts a little bit to make it easier to add, and I made the parts 10 and 4. Now if you look at both of those, they're the exact same thing. I still had 5 plus 9 when I counted on, and I still had 5 plus 9 when I made a 10. It's just the way I solved the problem that was different. Now we learned the strategy to make a 10 because that might make it easier for you to solve the problem. But maybe you prefer to count on. Maybe you like to say the bigger number and then count up the smaller number. Today what we're going to do is our learning goal says, I can compare or talk about like which one's different and how they're the same. So I can compare counting on and making a 10 when the add-in is 9. Let's try it. So which strategy do you like? If I have 9 plus 3, I can go ahead and say 9 and then count up 9, 10, 11, 12. Or I could take one of the parts of the 3 and add it to my 9 to make 10 plus 2. The answer is still going to be 12. Let's fill in the number bond for the top part. 9 plus 3 equals 12. Well, the whole amount is 12, and then the two parts would be 9 and 3. If I have 10 plus 2, my answer is still going to be 12, but my number bond is going to look a little bit different. My number bond would have 12 as the whole amount. But friends, what are the two parts that I would fill into that last number bond? Did you see 10 and 2? You were right. Good job. I rewrote that number sentence so that it says 10 plus 2 equals 12. So my parts are going to change to 10 and 2. Good job. All right, let's try it again. I have 9 plus 7 equals, and then I can change that to make it a 10 statement, a 10 number sentence, and I wrote 10 plus 6. Because I took one of the parts of the 7 to add to my 9 to make 10. That would leave it with 6 left over from the 7. All right, so 9 plus 7. Let's count up. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Friends, did you count up on your counting sticks like I did? Go ahead right now. Can you go ahead and put up 7 counting sticks? All right. Thank you for putting up 7 counting sticks. Now I'm going to say 9, and then I want you to wiggle each counting stick as we count up our 7. So here we go. Look at your counting sticks. Say 9, and let's count up. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep, we definitely got 16. Let's go ahead and put that in our number bond. I know that 16 is the whole amount. Friend, what 2 parts am I going to put in the rest of that number bond? Go ahead and tell me. Did you say 9 and 7? Good job. Kiss your brain, kiss your heart for working so hard. All right, let's look at that 10, friend, number sentence that I just made. I took a part of the 7 and I added it to the 9 to make a 10, and then of course I had 6 left over. So now my new number sentence is 10 plus 6 equals. If you can't think of that hidden 10 where you just slide the 6 into the 0 spot, go ahead and you can put up 6 fingers and you can count up if you want. But I know 10 plus 6 equals 16. Let's go ahead and fill out our new number bond to show 10 plus 6 equals 16. 16 is still going to be the whole amount. But friend, what is going to be in the rest of that number bond? Right now I want you to go ahead and press pause. And on your dry erase board or in your math journal, I want you to write that last number bond, 16, and then the 2 parts, and fill it in with what you think is going to make up the rest of that number sentence, 10 plus 6. Press play after you filled it in to check yourself. All right, are you ready? Did you fill in that number bond? Good, here we go. So 16 in my 2 parts would be 10 and 6. Did you get 10 and 6? Good job, friend. You can go ahead and erase your board. All right, let's keep cruising. This time I'm going to have you do both of the different number sentences. I already have 2 plain number bonds written there. And what we're going to do is we're going to put both of these number sentences into those number bonds. So I want you to start with 9 plus 9 equals blank, and then draw an empty number bond next to it. I'm going to have you draw 10 plus 8 equals blank, and put an empty number bond next to that. And I want you to try to go ahead and find the answer and then fill in your number bonds with the different parts that match the 2 different number sentences. Press pause until you found the answer and filled in both number bonds to check your answer. Good luck. Okay, did you fill in your number bonds and write both of the answers? If you haven't, press pause again. If you have, here we go. All right, so I know 9 plus 9. If I start with 9 and I get my 9 counting sticks, do you have your 9 counting sticks up? My 9 counting sticks, and I count up 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 would be my answer. I know that 18 is my whole amount, and then the 2 parts would be the 2 parts I added together, 9 and 9. On the bottom, I had 10 plus 8. I know about hidden 10s, so I'm going to go ahead and say that that's 18. I'm going to fill in my number bond, and then 2 parts are going to be the 2 numbers I added together, 10 and 8. Did my picture match your picture? Did my number bonds match your number bonds? If not, this might be a little tricky. Let's try it again. If it did, well done. Either way, give yourself one big super clap for being a rock star. Okay, here we go. Make sure you erase your board before you go on to the next problem. All right, ready? Now, which strategy do you like? On this one, I filled in part of the number bond for you. I mean, I don't know, maybe you needed a little bit of help. Or I was just trying to see if you could still fill in the number bond when part of it is filled in. What I would like you to do on your fresh dry erase board or in a clean spot in your math journal is I want you to go ahead and write down 9 plus 6 equals blank, and then do the number bond that matches mine with one of the parts filled in with the 9. Then do 10 plus 5 equals blank. Same thing. Do that number bond so it looks exactly like I have. Press pause and find the answer for both of the number sentences, and then fill in both of your number bonds. Don't press play again until you're ready. All right, did you fill in those number bonds and do the 2 number sentences? All right, here we go. I had 9 plus 6 equals 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Uh-oh. Miss Arwood started giving you the answer. I just realized this is the one that you're going to seesaw to me. So instead of me telling you the answer, although I just kind of did if you were listening closely, I'm going to have you make sure you've copied this down perfectly because this is the part that you're going to go ahead and fill in and send to your teacher. So make sure you have it, making sure it looks exactly like mine. Finish filling in the answers in the number bond and then seesaw it to your teacher. Good luck, friends.